This will now be the fixed amount I will be receiving every quarter. If you ask me, that's pretty neat, right? Plus, as you can see here for PRF3B, the stock price went up from the price I bought. This is just a bonus. Hi guys, welcome back to Money Experiment PH. Today we are going to review how PETRON Preferred Share or PRF3B has been doing for a year. So a brief background on this topic. A preferred share is somewhere between a bond and a common stock. When you buy a bond, which is typically issued by the government or companies, you are entitled to receive fixed interest payments until the maturity of the bond. When you buy a common stock from the stock market, you are buying the partial ownership and voting right of the company. You are entitled to receive dividend as profit sharing, but take note that the amount of the dividend is not fixed. When you buy a preferred share, you are entitled to receive fixed payment like bond, and you can buy and sell in the stock market like common share. So let's go back to PETRON Preferred Share PRF3B. This product will give you 17.84575 pesos per share every quarter. So if you've bought this at IPO or initial public offering at the price of 1,000 pesos per share, the annual dividend return would be approximately at 7.1%. So upon IPO, I subscribed with the minimum subscription amount, which was 50,000 pesos. And from that time on, I have been receiving dividends equivalent to 7.1% annually. So as you can see in this window under main, go to subscriptions tab. So you will see PRF3B dated June 6, 2019 that had a status of ongoing. So I clicked view and was directed to the public offer letter. So the further details of this offer letter was found in the body section. So as you can see here, the price was 1,000 pesos per share. The minimum share was at 50 and the shares multiple was at 10. This means if you want to buy more than 50, the increment should be 10. So that's 60, 70, 80, and so on. And of course, the terms. So make sure to read through the public offer letter of your intended subscriptions in the future before subscribing. Another thing to note here is that when you try to visit your trading platform, you won't be able to see this offer letter anymore. As I've mentioned, this was from June 6, 2019. So I inputted here the number of share I availed at the time, which is the minimum at 50, and clicked agree and submitted. I read through the confirmation window and clicked confirm. And right away notified that I was able to successfully subscribe to PRF3B. So if you noticed, it says here that I subscribed to 3A, PRF3A, although in the offer letter it mentions PRF3B. I think this was just a system glitch at the time, but just to clarify, I did subscribe to PRF3B. So in my statement of account that I will be showing shortly, you will see that the first 3 quarters, I received a fixed payment of 803.5 pesos per quarter for the 50,000 pesos I invested in this preferred share. So the first dividend came in on September 25, 2019. And as you can see, the credited amount was at 803 pesos, 803.05 pesos. And the second dividend came in on December 26. Again, the credited amount was 803.05 pesos. And the third dividend came in on March 25th. And again, the credited amount was at 803.05 pesos. Let's briefly compute how 803.05 peso was computed. So in my case, my number of subscribed shares is again at 50. And the quarterly payment per share is 17.84575, which was derived from the fixed interest at 7% annually divided by 4 quarters. And then the gross dividend is the number of shares multiplied to quarterly payment per share. So that's 892.2875. Of course, is taxed at fixed 10%. And that's 89.22875. So if you deduct the tax from the gross dividend, you get the net dividend of 803.05875. And that's where we got the dividend that you saw in my statement of account earlier. Take note that the tax rate of 10% for dividend income is more advantageous compared to the withholding tax of 20% for bank interest rate, for example, your savings account or time deposit account. During the COVID crash, I saw that the share price dropped near the IPO price, so I took the opportunity and bought some more at this point, as you can see in the chart. So last quarter, on June 25, 2020, as you can see here, I received a dividend of a total 1,124 pesos, compared to the 803.25 that I was receiving previously. This will now be the fixed amount I will be receiving every quarter. If you ask me, that's pretty neat, right? Plus, as you can see here for PRF3B, the stock price went up from the price I bought. This is just a bonus. Of course, the dividend percentage return will be different based on your purchase price. Just to demonstrate, let's look at this table. For example, let's say you bought PRF3B at the last traded price of 1,072 on June 26, 2020. Your gross annual dividend return would be at 6.66%. If you have bought it at 900 pesos, the annual gross return will be at 7.93%. And if you have bought it at 1,100 pesos, the annual gross return will be at 6.49%. So you see, the lower the price you bought, the higher annual return. This is why preferred share prices won't move so much like other common stocks. If price drops, people will buy looking at high fixed returns, so price will be supported. If the price is going up too much, original holders might want to sell it instead of holding it and wait for the dividend for years, so the price will not go so much higher. Of course, under some extreme events, the price might move more than expected, but normally the price will move within a certain range. To wrap up this video, of course there are many risks involved in investing in this, just like any other investments. And also, further analysis and study are required if this investment is fit or satisfactory for you. This product is generally suitable for people who want stable cash inflow or passive income, since the stock price appreciation won't be as dramatic as other common stocks. But when the interest rate is going down like these days, especially when Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP has recently announced cutting down of rates, the 7.1% fixed rate is not at all bad and can be appealing to some investors. If many people are interested, maybe in the future we can do in-depth analysis of topics related to Petron and its preferred shares. So that's it for today's video. I hope the video was useful to you. Have a great day. Bye!